Hey everybody, Steve and Caleb from Brownells, and today we're going to do some very basic hand loading. You ever done anything like this before?
No, I haven't, Steve, but this is pretty interesting because it's like it usually when I think of reloading, I think of a reloading press.
Right.
One that mounts
Right.
to the bench. And that's not what we have here.
No, and this little product from Lee Precision is a godsend for you if you don't have a bench to mount a regular press on, because you don't need one. You can do this in your recliner if you want to. So let's take a look, see what we got here. I'll bet for a lot of you reloaders, this is not even on your radar. You're going to be kind of interested to see this. Now, like a Lee die set, it comes with data for the cartridge. We're doing 9mm today. Comes with instructions. We might need those later, who knows. Comes with more instructions on your dies. That's for the press, this is for the dies. So let's take a look at what we got here. We got much more than just a fancy nutcracker here. This is a compound leverage type press, and it's a breech lock. Die comes out, die goes in.
Very cool.
So you can switch out nice and easy. You don't have to be unscrewing all the time like the earlier models were. Like I said, this is made to use in your hands. You don't need a bench of any kind. You just need something to hold your components. So you can do this on your table if you want to. Right now I've got the sizing die in here. And let's just take you through it, how you load a round with this thing.
All right, I got a piece of Starline brass for you.
Cool. Now,
and I'll drop it. I'll get another one. I'll pick it up later.
This is available as a kit in 9mm, 45 ACP, 38 special, and 357 of course, and 223. So you can size 223s in this. Lee says you can size bigger cases. You know, do that with plenty of lube because you don't have the rigidity of a bench-mounted press.
Yeah, for that leverage you need. Yeah.
But on the other hand, if you're a precision shooter and you're just neck sizing, you could go to town with this thing. You could even take this to the range and reload your brass as you're shooting that 50-yard target, you know, for a score.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So let's see what it takes. I've never really used one of these that much, so let's see what it takes to, oh, well that's new brass of course, but still, that was nothing.
Yeah.
So we've got a sized case. Give me another case, just as an insurance in case I drop this one.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you drop a case.
I've never. All right, there's three.
Okay. Again, nice and easy. By the way, Starline brass is good stuff.
Yeah, so I would assume, you know, the best way to do this is to do everything in batches so that
Right.
you're not just constantly changing dies after every single operation.
Now here comes the fun part. We take out the sizing die and take out the priming stem and the priming attachment. Now this goes in just like a die does. You put it in, and then you put your shell holder up here. You put the stem down here on the ram, if you open up the ram enough. So now you've got a priming tool. It's pretty slick, and it comes in the kit.
Very cool.
So if you will pass me a primer, I will set this towards about flush, so the case will go in.
There's 3 primers for 3 cases.
All right, optimistic.
Yep.
Boop. Up. There we go. See what happens here.
And then always point it away from your face here.
Yeah. There it is. Nice and easy.
Well, that looks super easy.
Actually, it was so easy, I tried to overdo it. So let's do this again. And this is something you could do, you know, while you're watching the kids or watching TV.
Watching Gunsmoke.
Watching Gunsmoke. There you go.
All right.
Oh, and if you happen to get one wrong, you can get this up in the air and put it in right.
Easy enough.
So, and then retract it down to where it's under the surface again. And away we go.
All right.
Okay. Nice and easy.
Yeah.
So that's the priming stage. So now we take out our gear again, put it back in its little compartment. This is so cool. Just a place for everything and everything in its place. This is your powder through expander. So what we're going to do, there's a couple ways you can do this. Oh, I forgot my shell holder. Let me get my shell holder back out of the priming tool. And this has a little retainer, so I use one of these to push it out. There it goes. So the shell holder goes back on the ram, like so. Again, this is your expander die. And you will see very little happen here because I don't know if you can even see that little ring in there, the little rub ring where the expander hit it, but it's big enough to take a bullet now. So if you take a bullet, it will begin to seat, whereas on one of these, it's just going to sit on top there and not want to go anywhere, see? So let's do the other two. Again, minimal effort, so anybody can really do this. You'll notice it catches on the way back. It's sticking to the expander, and Starline brass is so clean. I've had that same issue with Starline brass. It's so clean, I sometimes tumble it in dirty media so it'll come out easier, on a progressive especially, but this is no big deal here. And who cares if brass is too clean, right? So those are expanded, they're primed.
Okay.
And you don't have to do it in that order. You can expand them first and prime them. And you do have the option of dumping the powder with the case in there like this. You can dump it in there because we have our handy dandy dipper. And you would just dip it through the powder. There's a load table there that tells you which powders you can use with which weight bullet. We're using CFE with a 124 grain bullet. But I think I would prefer to put the cases out and dump them in there with a funnel, just to make it easier on me.
Okay.
I don't know. But let's try one the leeway here.
How much does this little guy hold?
It says in cc's on the handle.
Okay. 3.3 cc.
That's right.
All right. So what is that? And as far as grain goes, oh, it says lead
With
dipper.
CFE, it's 4 grains.
Okay.
It'll give us a very conservative velocity of like 900 feet a second, which is great practice ammo.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's got enough zip to activate your slide, but not so much you're getting blasted.
Gotcha. So this little thing holds 4 grains of CFE pistol.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I got powder stuck all over this thing, Steve.
Oh, you got a little static problem.
Yeah.
I told you to put bounce in your dryer.
I did, but I got the knockoff brand, and that's the whole thing. You know, you get what you pay for.
Especially with YouTube talent.
Man. All right. So this is going in.
Easy does it. Easy does it.
You're making me nervous. All right. Here
There
we
we
go.
go. Settle it down and pop it out. Okay, now we've got a charged case. So we out with the expander, in with the cedar crimper. This will do a taper crimp on 9mm. So we can put the case in here. We can take an ordinary bullet, put it right there, and voila. You have just loaded 1 round of 9mm. It's ready to go in the gun.
All right. And to be fair, we did adjust that die beforehand.
Yeah.
So it's set up and ready to go. If you don't know how to adjust it, I mean, it's right here in the instructions. We've done video on how to set up dies too. It's the same exact process for that. So so we don't make this video longer than it needs to be. Go check out those other videos if you don't know how to set up a die. And yeah, I mean, this was man, Steve, that was easy.
Yeah, so if you don't have room for a workbench to bolt something to, you can totally get into reloading with this whole setup here. It does the priming, it does the sizing, expanding, and the bullet seating. And you're using the same dies as you would on a regular press, so the ammo is the same quality. I started out in the 80s with a Lee loader, the one you pounded the cases into and pounded them out. And I tried loading 9mm with that, and it just never gave me enough bullet tension. I thought, man, if I had something that would use the regular dies, I'd be so far ahead. So I wound up buying a bolt-down press, but I could have easily gotten by with this back in the day.
Yeah, very cool, very useful. I mean, I might get one. I don't know when I would use it, but
Yep.
I feel like I need one now after watching this.
I mean, I've got a fancy progressive at the house, and the rounds that come out of it look no different than this one here.
Yeah, yeah. So, as far as like powder measuring goes and stuff like that, especially for 9mm, this is more than adequate.
Yeah, it
This
is.
is insane.
It is.
So,
Yeah. And if you know somebody that wants to get into reloading and they're on a budget, this makes a nice gift. It's all in one. All they got to do is buy their components, which they're going to have to start doing anyway to save their brass.
yeah, this would be a great gift. I have a lot of like expensive reloading stuff, and I would be
Yeah.
super excited to get one of these still. So.
Yeah, this thing really works.
Yeah, so if you have any experience with this product or any questions or anything like that, feel free to post them down below. And as always, if you need help with anything for any reason ever, feel free to give us a call on the tech line. We'll be happy to help you out. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.